Welcome to the 20 Ways to Screen a Client video. I'm Lydia Duprat and I'll be working with you today to help you find, 20 different ways to screen a client. I don't ever want you to hear no again or like the client is like, this is impossible. No, it's not impossible. There's a way to make everybody feel comfortable and safe at the same time. So let's get into it. It's very important to make the client feel as comfortable and as in control as possible at all times. So even though he's not really in control of the screening process, we'd like to make him feel that way, which is why we let him choose from the options rather than you saying, hey, I need this, this, and this. Now, from this list of 20 things, if you find a few things are essential compared to others, that's 100% your prerogative. But personally, I would recommend picking your top choices and then allowing your client to choose from those options that you've already pre-selected. So even though this is about your safety, of course, the client sees this as an inconvenience. It's a disruption in his time with you. He's trying to have this luxurious experience, and boom, there's a roadblock, a screening roadblock. So this is why we try to make it as painless as possible, because quite frankly, it's a turnoff. So it's best to have options rather than provide your preferred ones and get a no. We're trying to eliminate the no. So we're going to pitch it to them in a way that they can't say no. And what you'll say is, I have several different options of screening. Please choose the 2 that are most comfortable for you. Or 3, or 4, or 5, or all 20. Whatever it is makes you feel comfortable. Usually 2 methods of screening is the minimum. So number 1, a selfie with today's date on it. Anyone can send a picture of anyone else. But if someone sends a selfie of themselves, clearly you can see their face with the date on it, today's date on it. That's going to be great. So that way you can say, yes, officer, this is him. So this is why we want a selfie, a clear selfie. We want to have this picture. Something else you should do is when you get this selfie, if this is how you choose to screen, send it to somebody. Send it to a friend, email it to yourself. Basically, you want the image of this person to go somewhere else where, say he steals your phone. Say you get robbed and he steals your phone and he deletes the image. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's fine as far as evidence goes because you'll have this image of him safely uploaded somewhere else. So it's very important. If you have this selfie, we need to store it so we can actually use it in case, the worst case. Next, we would ask for a photo ID. Photo identification can come in many forms. It could be a college or student ID. It can be a work ID, like a hospital worker. They have their name and picture on there. A driver's license, a passport, a veteran identification card. There's many, many different forms of photo identification, with driver's license being the most common. Next, you can get their business phone number and obviously their name. So you want their name and their business phone number. And what you would do is you call his office and you tell the receptionist, hi, I'm calling for John. Okay, yeah, John is here. Let me connect you. And then you wait for John to pick up the phone. Hi, this is John. Boom, then you hang up. If you call that office and they say, John, we've never had a John working here. Well, then we know that he gave you bad information and that we can't verify that that's him or that's where he works. If a client is willing to let you know where he works, that's a very good indication of his intentions towards you. No one that plans on doing any harm to you would give you such identifying information about them that could destroy their professional life. Which brings me to the next option, which would be number 4, a LinkedIn profile. A lot of people are entrepreneurs. They don't have receptionists to answer their work phone. So if you can get a LinkedIn profile with their real name, again, and identifying photos and understanding about his company, how to locate it, how to contact him, that's a very good indication of the trust level. 5, you can get a Facebook page. Facebooks are the ties to other people's worlds. So again, photo, name, friends, and family. Definitely a good thing to have the Facebook. Number 6, you can have his email address. And not just any email address, his work email address. So let's say John is a lawyer. We've been talking about John. And he works at John's law firm. So if John really says that he works at John's law firm, he should be able to email you from the company email address. So you should be getting an email from John at johnslawfirm.com. These emails are accessible anywhere, so don't ever let someone say, oh, I can't send you an email from my work email because I'm not at work. Guess what? This is the modern world of technology. If you can log in from any device, anywhere, you're fine. There's none of this. Listen, I have, it's called G Suite. So I have this account. It's through Google. And I have email addresses that come from thecompleteguide-to-escorting.com. Anyone that works for me or works with me can log in at any time from anywhere as long as they have a device like a phone or a computer. I'm telling you that as a person who owns a business with a designated domain as an email address. If they try to tell you some other shit, they're lying. They're lying. Next. A credit card. That would be great, right? I'm sorry. I skipped ahead. An active social media account. When I say active, I'm referring to Twitter or Instagram. When I say active, I mean a guy who posts pictures of himself, his friends, his family, where he goes to eat. Someone that has an active social media account. It can't be an account that he made 5 minutes after he had the phone call with you asking to book you. So you'll be able to determine what's active and what's not. It can't be like he made it in 2014 and he's tweeted 3 times since. We have to be able to prove that he is the owner of the account. Number 8, a credit card. A credit card clearly has their name on it. So this would be something that we pair with another form of identification. And of course, they blur out the numbers. We don't need that. We'd love to have it, but not required, not essential. Number 9, this is a very good one. You would ask for a utility bill from their home or apartment, wherever they live. A utility bill says, hey, John lives at this address, and we can prove it because we're charging him for the electricity at this address. This is much more official than if you were to ask for any other piece of mail, because anyone can get mail anywhere else. I've had friends stay with me for an extended amount of time, so they switch their mailing address to my house. But it doesn't mean that they own the house or that they can prove that they're actually tied to anything at this address. So that's why we ask for the utility bill, because whoever is on that utility bill owns the home. So we just want to further prove that this person is really who they say that they are. Number 10 would be provider references. So you can ask the client for references. Hey, have you ever seen other providers before? Great. Can I get their contact information? Please help me contact them whichever way you think they'd prefer. And, you can shoot the girl a text or an email. And give her a call. I know it's always kind of awkward, but at the end of the day, we're all in this together. I'm sure if you're super polite and not like, hey, you just have to be nice. Just be nice. If some random provider called you for a reference, just approach it the way that you would want to be approached, of course, right? This one's kind of saucy. Number 11, ask him to expose himself, his genitals. Police are not allowed to show their dicks. They're not. So if you can get him to send you a picture of his dick, or even like when you're in the hotel to pull down his pants, we're good. But how do we know it's his dick? I'd love to see his face in that picture. Or we can do this. You can have it do like a very specific thing. So, hey, send me a picture of your dick. And now, okay, cool. Thank you for that picture. Now send me the same picture, but put a peace sign on your dick. Touch the tip of your penis with your pinky finger. Make sure that you're asking him to do a pose that you can't just find on the internet. So it needs to be in the same lighting, the same pants, same pubic hair. Police can get very, very crafty with things like that. So we need to make sure that when we get this picture of him exposing himself, that it actually is him exposing himself. Very important. I mean, we already don't want the dick pic, but we certainly don't want the wrong dick pic or a dick pic causing entrapment. Okay, so number 12 is running a real background check on the person. So we have all these really great ways to get their personal information, their name, their address, their email. When we have this information, we can really confirm, hey, this is the guy. This is when we would take that information and run it through a background check service or website. I have the background check membership on my site. It's $9 a month for unlimited background checks. You can use that, but you can also sign up for other background check services. What we're looking for is basically, yes, they are who they say they are. They live where they say they live. And we're looking for violent crimes on their and felonies on their record. So, I mean, I've seen clients who have very minor crimes. I mean, if a guy's a speeding ticket, like, you're good. It's okay to have some criminal record, but we're looking for any type of violent crimes, weapons charges. We had a girl who used their background check subscription service, and a guy who was guilty of maiming. Maiming, that's the removal of a major limb from the body, tried to book her. So this is very important to do a background check after you get this information from them. So, and we have some additional resources that's going to carry us from 13 to 20, and that is Mr. Number. Mr. Number is an iPhone and Android app. You can download it for free, and it's one of those apps that like everybody uses, but it's well known to be used among providers. So you would just type in the guy's phone number, and there will be reports saying, hey, this guy's a scammer, this guy's a time waster, this guy attacked me, this man's a police officer, or nothing can come up. If nothing comes up, still be wary. Just because there's nothing there doesn't mean that he's good or safe. It just means it could be a phone number he's never called a provider with before. There's a website called P411, stands for Provider Information, P411. That is a membership site that you can get on where providers help reference clients and verify clients. The same thing with the next couple websites I'm going to list. The Erotic Review, which is a review site, they have something called a whitelist, which is a good to go list by providers for good clients. Then we have verify.guide. Again, it's another similar site that helps people verify that they had safe interactions with clients. Then there is datecheck.com, escortpin.com, all again very similar services. The nationalblacklist.com, and then inside the Ho app is also a blacklist. So this is 20 ways to screen your clients. I hope this was helpful. And I'd also like to remind you that just because we have screened a client and nothing is there, that's not an indication of the future. That's only a mere indication of the past. So please don't be lured into a false sense of security and let your guard down completely when you're at work. We never know who we're really talking to. So be safe. And yeah. Now you know 20 ways to screen. Now you don't have any excuses. Happy hoeing.